What does it mean if mom and dad, or mom or dad, has sole legal custody? So legal custody is all major decisions. So decisions that are made for your children or your child. So if mom or dad has sole legal custody, they have the ability to make all of the final decisions on their own. So decisions with respect to medical care, education, what religion that your children might practice, what doctors they may see, and then what extracurricular activities they may be involved in. So if you have sole legal custody, you make all those decisions on your own without the other parent. Now you're encouraged to discuss those issues with the other parent so that you can try to work that out together for the best interest of your child. But if the two of you can't reach an agreement, the person who has sole legal custody has that final decision-making ability. So then here, the next bullet point, one parent is not an equal decision maker in the upbringing of the child, is entailed with the sole legal custody. And then in contrast, there's joint legal custody. So the court can order either joint legal custody or sole legal custody. Joint legal custody is when the parties must agree before a major decision can be made for your children. So the parties have equal rights to make the decisions, which is in the best interest of the children. In Kansas, joint legal custody is the preferred custody relationship because courts want to promote parents getting along and being able to raise their children together. I know in divorce, as we had discussed, emotions are high. It's very difficult. Oftentimes, parents are not getting along. But courts really want to promote setting aside parents' differences to be able to co-parent with each other. I'm sure you've heard that term, where you're working together for the best interest of the kids. So again, in Kansas, joint legal custody is what's preferred with the courts. So what does it mean if mom or dad has primary residential custody? What it means is the children generally spend the majority of time at one parent's house. The children are typically enrolled in the school district of the parent who has that type of residential custody. And the other parent will often have limited contact with the children. So generally, the person with primary residential custody has a little more time than the other parent. And then there's this term shared residential custody. So in contrast to primary residential, where one person generally has more time with the kids, there's this term shared residential custody, where the parents are having equal time with the kids. Now you'll note in Kansas custody statutes, they no longer provide a listing of different types of parental residency. So what is a parenting plan? When you file your case with the court, you're required at some point in time to file a parenting plan. Your parenting plan lays out basically everything dealing with your kids. So it's going to lay out the type of custody with respect to legal custody that you're looking for. So this is your proposal to the court on what you would like to see happen with your kids. So you may propose to the court in your parenting plan that you either want joint legal custody or sole legal custody, and this would be laid out in your proposed parenting plan. Also within the parenting plan, you're going to lay out things such as physical custody time. So time that your kid will spend with each parent during the weekends, weekdays, vacation time, summertime, holidays. So holidays, we will often refer to a traditional holiday schedule, but that can change from household to household. So not everyone cares about the traditional holiday schedule. Some parents may be more concerned about hunting season or Christmas versus 4th of July, or you may have Hanukkah, or you know, all these different religious holidays that you can think of that you practice in your household. All of that would be included in your parenting plan, and your attorney can tailor that to, you know, what your lifestyle is and what you want to see your family focus on. Also included within a parenting plan involves telephone time with your children. If you live a great distance apart, you can also add in their Skype time, things like that. Sending pictures, you know, maybe you want updated pictures of your child once a month. If you live a significant distance away from the other parent. So again, depending on your circumstance, your parenting plan can be tailored by your attorney to help your family. So just kind of going through some of these bullet points like we just discussed, dividing weekdays, weekends, holidays, vacation time, talks about telephone contact with both parents. You can coordinate transportation and costs. So for example, maybe one parent picks the children up at the beginning of their custody time and the other parent picks them up at the beginning of their custody time. So you're kind of alternating the transportation responsibilities. Another option is to meet in between homes at a neutral location. If you have a particularly volatile situation, maybe you meet at a police station. So these are all options for transportation. You can also, in your parenting plan, divide expenses outside of child support. So generally, there's a discussion about child support, but then there's also discussion about expenses. So whether that is educational and extracurricular activity expenses, any medical expenses that are not covered by health insurance, who will cover health insurance, which parent, and how will that monthly premium be paid. All of this is included in the parenting plan. If you want to talk about college expenses, you can include that in a parenting plan. So all things to consider with respect to expenses that are not included within child support. So ultimately, this document will control the parents' contact and access to the children.